Most of the time I'm thinking about where would a fish be living? If I were a fish, where would I be living at this point? Would I be behind that rock or in that current seam or up against the bank? And would I be, what would I be eating? Well, I've been fly fishing all my life, but it never really was a obsession or passion like it has become until I moved to the Dalles and joined my brother Bruce in practice. And the steelhead were running heavy in the river that summer. And I got the bug bad, and I started fly fishing, and like there was no tomorrow. My parents were wildlife biologists and worked for the Department of Conservation in the state of Missouri. And so growing up, we were always outdoors. Our typical holiday was usually involved a canoe. They made motion pictures, wildlife motion pictures, illustrated books, wrote textbooks, did sculpture as a team. They just did everything together. And we were just taught to observe what was going on around us out in the natural world. These children's books were illustrated by my father, written by my mother. This is kind of my paid for my college education. Fly fishing, you're usually trying to simulate some type of an insect activity. You're going to need a hook, you're going to need some thread, you're going to need a pair of scissors, you're going to wind the materials onto the hook with the thread. The materials can be anything from fur off of a deer to synthetics, sparkly things, you name it. Everything's been used. Some people use the fur from their dog. Well, you can buy them, and actually I can probably buy better ones than I can tie, but once again, it's I find it relaxing, and it's fun to catch a fish on a fly that I have tied personally. It just makes the experience, I think, more rewarding and just a little bit richer. At this time of year, there's a neat little thing that happens where these mayfly nymphs hatch in the middle of the day and come to the surface and dry their little wings and then fly away. And during the time that they're on the surface drying their wings, they're vulnerable to trout, and it only goes on for a short window out of the middle of a day. From this point to that point, so it allows me to go out and fly fish even in the middle of the winter, and it gives me a fix that kind of rejuvenates my soul and keeps me going the rest of the winter. There's the physical aspect of learning how to, of casting, and I equate that to, I try to explain that to people, it's much like swinging a tennis racket or hitting a golf ball. You know when you hit it right. I go out there I came by it honestly, and it's the thing that rejuvenates my soul, is to go out and stand by some especially moving water in a beautiful place and see what's going on around me. I'm Dr. John Schwartz, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon.